Welcome back, Gunners. Arsenal think that £65 million could be enough to trigger a sale for Bruno Guimaraes, but the Gunners are yet to make any formal approach. What began as whispers has rapidly developed into one of the most compelling transfer sagas of the summer window. Arsenal's interest in Newcastle United captain Bruno Guimaraes is real, serious, and growing increasingly complicated. It was the Daily Mail who first broke the story of Arsenal's interest in Guimaraes, with David Ornstein later reporting for The Athletic that the Gunners made a verbal offer of around £60 million for the 28-year-old. Newcastle swiftly rejected that opening proposal, but Arsenal didn't walk away. Far from it. Arsenal are active in the transfer market after winning the Premier League, but falling short in the Champions League final, with a centre midfielder and left winger among their top priorities this summer. Guimaraes ticks the central midfield box emphatically. Football 365. Some Arsenal fans feel this is precisely the kind of signing the Gunners need to give their midfield something different. Guimaraes is Premier League proven and arguably has more quality on the ball and more of a goal threat from the middle of the park than Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi. Both Arsenal and Manchester City seriously considered signing the Brazil international before he even completed his move from Lyon to Newcastle in 2022, and they have continued to monitor his progress ever since. This is not a fleeting interest, it's years in the making. A crucial element of this saga is Guimaraes' own position, and it's telling. Sources have confirmed that Guimaraes has made Newcastle aware he is not currently planning to sign a new contract. The 28-year-old has just 2 years remaining on his existing deal, and while he remains Newcastle's highest-paid player, those close to the situation acknowledge he could earn significantly more elsewhere. Football Transfers revealed that Arsenal's first move for Guimaraes came after the player himself gave them the green light to explore a deal, and that Arsenal never approach a club regarding a potential transfer unless they have spoken to the player involved first. That is a significant detail. This isn't Arsenal fishing around speculatively. Guimaraes has, in effect, invited the approach. Despite the player's apparent desire to leave, Newcastle are digging in hard. The message from Newcastle is unambiguous. Guimaraes is not for sale. Newcastle remain adamant they have no desire to sell one of the club's most influential players and are refusing to place a public valuation on Guimaraes. Privately, there is a belief at the club that any realistic fee would need to comfortably exceed Arsenal's expected proposals. The Magpies are already dealing with growing uncertainty surrounding several senior members of their squad. Guimaraes is among a host of Newcastle players who could follow Anthony Gordon in leaving this summer, with Sandro Tonali, Tino Livramento, and Lewis Hall also linked with exits following the club's failure to qualify for Europe. Losing their captain on top of all that would be a seismic blow to the project Eddie Howe has built on Tyneside. So where do the numbers stand? This is where it gets murky. Arsenal's initial £55 million bid was rejected, but sources confirmed a new £80 million proposal is in the works. Newcastle value the Brazilian at around £100 million, though it is hard to see Arsenal paying such a price. Team Talk reports suggesting Arsenal have already submitted an offer worth less than £60 million have been firmly dismissed by Newcastle sources. Arsenal are now working towards making an offer in the region of £80 million. Whether that will be enough is another matter entirely. Arsenal are set to make a second approach for Newcastle, but despite an improved offer being prepared, the stance from the Magpies is expected to remain the same. There is a pivotal subplot that could determine everything: Sandro Tonali's future. Arsenal's move for Guimaraes has been accelerated in recent days, which could well be an impact from another Newcastle deal this summer. Tottenham continue to be linked with Tonali, who is valued at £100 million. Newcastle will not sell both midfielders in one window. If Tonali ends up staying on Tyneside, then Guimaraes' chances of leaving will increase significantly. understands Tottenham are preparing a £100 million bid for Tonali and have made significant progress with the player's representatives, with the Italian understood to be open to the move. That has prompted both Arsenal and Manchester City to increasingly focus their attention on Guimaraes. In short, if Spurs land Tonali, the door for Arsenal to get Guimaraes swings open considerably. Not everyone is buying the narrative around this deal. Jamie Carragher has thrown a grenade into proceedings. Carragher has accused Guimaraes of putting a story out about Arsenal's interest, suggesting the player